We now know the names of the two people found dead inside an old auto sales shop in Harrodsburg. We'll have the latest on that investigation coming up.
A teenager is recovering after a shooting, and police are searching for who did it.
It's the only trade show in the nation dedicated to the coal industry, and it's here in Lexington. Coming up, we'll talk with industry leaders about saving coal jobs.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at 4:30.
Good afternoon. Sam Dick and Amber Philpott reporting. Investigators are still trying to figure out what started a deadly fire at an old car dealership in Harrodsburg.
WKYT's Hillary Thornton has more on the investigation and the two people who were found inside the burning building. It's our top story at 4:30.
Investigators are still working to figure out what exactly started the fire at this old auto sales shop, as well as what killed the two people who were found inside. Around 6 o'clock Saturday evening, Mercer County fire crews responded to what used to be Chubby's Auto Sales after a neighbor saw smoke. And they say this was not the first time smoke had been seen coming from the building. State police say firefighters were able to contain the fire to one room, but once inside they found a 50-year-old man and a woman in her 40s had died. Today, the coroner identified those fire victims as Douglas Carter Jr. and Carol Anderson. Police say once the investigation into the fire got underway, at least one meth lab was found in the basement. However, investigators do not believe that is what sparked the fire. Neighbors who did not want to speak on camera say the auto sales shop had been closed for less than a year, and the owner was letting his sister and her boyfriend live there. They say the two were operating some type of flea market or yard sale business out of the building. Now the Mercer County coroner says he is still waiting on preliminary autopsy results to determine a cause of death for both Carter and Anderson. In Mercer County, Hillary Thornton, WKYT.
Officials tell us they don't think the building had working electricity, and the couple had been known to use a wood-burning stove to stay warm.
Lexington police searching for leads after a teenager was shot. It happened about 11:30 last night near Continental Square Apartments on Eastland Parkway. Police say the 16 or 17-year-old was shot behind the apartments before someone dragged him to a parking lot across the street. He's recovering at the hospital. No arrests have been made. Lexington police also investigating an early morning home invasion. It happened about 4:30 this morning on Hedgewood Drive off Woodhill Drive. Police say a man wearing a mask broke into the home, held the victims at gunpoint, and stole several electronics. The victims were shaken up. Now the weather. It's a cool and calm start to the week here in the Bluegrass, but plenty of sunshine and pretty mild temperatures out there.
But rain, will it return when we hit midweek? Let's check in now with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey. How about it, Chris?
Yeah, it looks like a few showers on the way as we go toward the middle of the week. In the short term, it's all about the cool conditions and the potential for a little frost out there tonight. Live First Alert Defender showing a clean sweep across central and eastern Kentucky. Nothing going on out there and really nothing to write home about in the short term. But if you have the green thumbs, and a lot of folks do, it's the Kentucky Derby week now. It's the end of April. Everything's in full bloom. We're going to have to cover up the tender plants of vegetation again tonight. I want to show you something cool here on Live First Alert Defender. We put the clouds into the mix to show you how where we have some thicker overcast, those temperatures are a little cooler. Notice how back to the west, mostly sunny skies. Frankfort back into Louisville, temperatures are a little above those upper 50s and low 60s that we have across the rest of central and eastern Kentucky, because those are the areas dealing with more in the way of some clouds. Here's the view in Lexington. We've had the sun, we've had the clouds kind of doing battle over the past 10-15 minutes or so, really starting to see more in the way of some clouds showing up on that particular sky cam. When I come back in a few minutes, focus of the forecast is on what else? It's Kentucky Derby weekend. We will talk about it in greater detail and the possibility of a warmer light at the end of the tunnel in just a few minutes.
It is what everybody wants to talk about, Chris. Thank you. A southern Kentucky town has had a shift in their DUI arrest. Williamsburg police say they typically don't have alcohol DUIs anymore. It's mostly drug DUIs. One of their officers is even a certified drug recognition expert trained to identify the type of drugs drivers are taking. Kentucky State Police say their statistics don't specify whether a DUI is alcohol or drug related. However, the city has been keeping track.
It would really scare you to know the way somebody's under the influence of prescription drugs versus alcohol, the way they operate on the highway.
Sam Dick is at the live desk now with investigative reporter Miranda Combs with more on this story that she's working on for 6.
Amber, thank you. So this is a big problem in Williamsburg, which isn't far off the interstate. I don't know if there's a connection there.
No, that could be part of it. But we were in Hazard not long ago and heard the same thing there. But, you know, it's such a big problem there that's really all they're seeing. They say the shift started a few years ago. You know, so bad, as Amber mentioned, they even have an officer that's trained to spot drugs and what kind of drugs a driver may be using.
So you actually went with with law enforcement on patrol to see what was going on.
Right, Sam, and it was less than 10 minutes before we had pulled over someone that had suspected a drug DUI. Now, we'll let you know what happened with that coming up at 6. But, you know, the chief brought up the point that when these officers are pulling over drug DUIs, it takes them off the road a lot longer because a drug DUI has to go to the hospital and get blood tests. So it takes that officer off the street and out of normal patrol during that time. So it was another fallout problem from this.
And surprisingly, you found out there's no way to know exactly how many drug DUIs the state gets.
The state as a whole, so each police agency sends in their stats to Kentucky State Police. Well, when they do that, it just goes in as a DUI, it doesn't say alcohol or drugs. So there's no way to particularly know how many statewide we're dealing with. Also, another interesting thing, your blood work, when it's sent to the lab, if you have a high enough alcohol level, they'll stop the test and just do an alcohol DUI. So the point there is there could be a lot more out there than we even know about.
All right, so you uncovered some interesting things. Much more to come with Miranda coming up tonight on WKYT at 6. Amber?
All right, guys, thanks. Coal experts across the nation are meeting in Kentucky this week to talk about ways to save an industry on the decline. Coal Prep 2015 is being held in Lexington. It is the only annual trade show in the nation that focuses on the coal industry. WKYT's Kristen Kennedy is at the Lexington Center taking a hard look at an issue close to many Eastern Kentuckians' hearts.
Numbers show employment in the coal industry is down in many parts of the state, and leaders are here in Lexington discussing what to do to save a once thriving industry.
The state's latest Energy and Environment Cabinet reports show a serious decline in coal production.
It's difficult to mine. The seams are thin. There's still a lot of coal there, but it's more expensive to mine.
Eastern Kentucky is hurting most. In the past 7 years, their average employment numbers in the coal industry have dropped close to 50%. From more than 14,300 in 2008 to less than 7,300 in 2014.
This is not a red issue or a blue issue. This is very much an American bipartisan issue.
Maureen Healy with the American Coalition for Clean Coal Electricity left her home in Washington Monday to talk to people in Lexington.
They need to let their views be known to their local and state officials. We all know that politics are local, and elected officials do listen to their constituents more than anyone else. And they need to let it be known the jobs that will be lost, the communities that will be shut down.
When you reduce the consumption of electricity by making it more expensive, you're going to decrease the quality of life and, in all likelihood, create a recession.
University of Kentucky's Dr. Jack Groppo doesn't consider himself pro-coal, but pro-energy. He says Washington needs a sensible national energy policy that'll benefit many, including Kentucky. In Lexington, Kristen Kennedy, WKYT.
Coal Prep 2015, the annual exhibition and conference, runs through Wednesday.
Okay, do you have your hat?
I do. I'm ready.
Most important question of the week for most women.
I'm good to go.
It is Derby week, of course, and events are kicking off what is sure to be another fun-filled time here in the Bluegrass.
Our Deanne Stevens, who also has her hat, is out and about today. She joins us from Fasig-Tipton with a preview of what's happening there tonight. Hi, Deanne.
Good afternoon, guys, from Fasig-Tipton, where the countdown is on. Doors open at 6, dinner is at 7, and then the program, Talk Derby to Me, is at 7:45. Christina Yu with the McKenna Foundation. You guys had a ball at this event last year.
We absolutely did, and it's going to continue on today. We have tons of stuff going on with the Kentucky Spirits tasting, a panelist that's going to tell us who to win, who to pick, who to bet on, and everything that you need to get ready for your Derby on Saturday.
Well, I said, all of you kept saying, Deanne, we should have listened to the guys last year because you would have been 7 winners.
Absolutely. They picked all 3 horses. I mean, who does that, really? Who does that? I'm like, man, why didn't I put some money on that, right?
I do good to pick one correct horse.
Absolutely.
Okay, who's going to be here tonight?
We're going to have Claire Novak with Blood Horse. We're going to also have Ed DeRosa with Brisnet and Chris McCarron, Hall of Fame jockey. Who else would you need out here, right?
Well, and this is just, it's not just about the bet, really. It's about learning about the Kentucky Derby as we lead into a huge week here in Kentucky.
Absolutely. They're going to tell you why you should bet on the horse, not just who to bet on, but why the jockey, how they've been doing, everything you kind of need, not even just for the Derby, for the rest of your life, really, on how to bet at Keeneland, right?
How much are tickets?
They're $80. Come online, get them at the door. We'll be ready and waiting for you guys.
Okay, and what's the website?
McKennaFoundation.com.
This is all for the McKenna Foundation, which Greg David is very familiar with. Greg with us, and the father of McKenna. If people are not familiar with the McKenna Foundation, talk about your foundation and what you guys continue to do day in and day out for the Kentucky Children's Hospital.
Well, the McKenna Foundation was started about 15 years ago when we lost our daughter McKenna, and we felt that we needed to do something for the nurses, the staff, and the doctors at the Kentucky Children's Hospital. They were spectacular to us the whole time they're there, and they needed to have some updated projects at the hospital, so it was just a match. And my wife Sheila wanted to make sure that my daughter's memory was lasting and there was something out there for her, so we started with a wall, and then we turned it into a pediatric emergency center, beautiful project, and then also now a waiting room that we're doing there. So just any experience down there is just phenomenal for anybody who has to be there.
Her memory lives on and on, day in and day out, the different things that you guys do for the Children's Hospital and the community. And you want to invite folks out tonight to be a part of tonight's event.
Yes, as Christina said, it is a fantastic event, and there's just a ton of things. Great bourbon, which everybody loves. You learn about the horses, fun time. As you said, you can learn how the different styles of betting, and just a great time. You've been out to our events before, so you know they're fun. They're casual. You can wear jeans, wear a coat, whatever you feel comfortable with. It's a great time.
Always fun and always for a fabulous cause, the McKenna Foundation. Come on out and talk Derby to me. 6 o'clock again here in just about an hour. Doors open. 7 o'clock is dinner. 7:45 is the program. I'm Deanne Stevens, out and about at Fasig-Tipton. Back to you guys.
Beautiful night for that. The annual White House Correspondents' Dinner brought together politicians, journalists, and entertainers in our nation's capital this weekend. Saturday Night Live's Cecily Strong hosted the annual event Saturday night at the Washington Hilton. The president got in on the fun, of course, giving his take on the 2016 race, dishing out a few zingers on the contenders for the White House and the media covering it. He also says he plans to make the most of his final months in office.
I am determined to make the most of every moment I have left. After the midterm elections, my advisors asked me, Mr. President, do you have a bucket list? And I said, well, I have something that rhymes with bucket list. Take executive action on immigration? Bucket. New climate regulations? Bucket.
The dinner has been held for over a century, 101 years to be exact, with proceeds going to charity. This is one of those weeks when the pressure's on our friend over here because so many people, Friday and Saturday, are betting literally on what the weather's going to be
I'm
like.
pretty sure I started asking last week. I know Deanne has been asking you for probably at least last week and probably before, right, Chris Bailey?
Yeah, without question. You know what, guys, though, considering over the past 2.5, 3 months of weather that I've been through, this is nothing. Come on, Mother Nature, bring it. Let's see what we can get into this week. A little look outside right now with fairly decent weather, although it is cool. Everybody, I know we're enjoying some sun and 60s. That's all good. Yeah, if it's the latter part of March, it's the latter part of April. We should be closing in on the low 70s now for a normal high temperature day. So even as we enjoy some low 60s, you got to keep it in perspective. That's way below where we should be. Look at the Mountain Park area right now, 59 degrees along the Powell and Wolfe County line. Most areas high 50s to low 60s as of now. 59, the cool spot into central Kentucky. That is for both Mount Sterling and Richmond. Jackson, you're the coolest spot in the entire area at 58 degrees because we have more in the way of some clouds showing up across parts of northern and northeastern sections of the state. Farther west that we go, by the way, you get toward the Derby City, it's 68 degrees as of right now, so not a whole lot going on in terms of the sky condition or the temperatures that are just a little cooler than normal. Live First Alert Defender, nothing is on it, even though clouds may look a little threatening from time to time into parts of northern and eastern sections of the area. No precipitation. And guys, what will happen now as you look out toward the sunset this evening, you're going to notice the cloud cover beginning to dissipate. That'll set the stage for the possibility of some frost again tonight. We'll touch on that, and then we'll fight Mother Nature for that Derby weekend forecast when I come back in a little bit.
All right, Chris, thank you. A bleeping job search, the annual Wiener Dog races, and the lip-syncing cop is back. It is the video that will have you talking. Take a look at this.
What more do you want there? A San Diego company having a tough time finding workers to fill their open positions came up with a creative way to draw in applicants. They placed an ad using a choice word not typically found in the want ads. Turns out the bad words could be good for business. The bleeping ad has generated hundreds of responses.
Well, the hottest racing this weekend could be found in Buda, Texas. That's where the Buda Lions Club hosted its annual Wiener Dog races. For 2 days, dogs raced to the delight of the crowd. Most of the pups were in it to win it, while a few seemed a little confused by all the excitement. The Buda Lions Club has hosted the Wiener Dog races for the last 18 years.
Some of them are pretty fast. You first met him when he shook it off to Taylor Swift in his patrol car. Now this Dover, Delaware police officer is back with some new moves, new songs, and a new friend. Master Corporal Jeff Davis shot to stardom in January this year for rocking out to T Swift as part of a promotional video. And now he's back with a fellow officer jamming to... Who is that?
Iggy Azalea.
Oh, I was just going to say Iggy, but thank you, Amber. And some Little John. Have a listen.
You already know, baby, I'm in the fast lane. From LA to Tokyo.
That's great. The video is titled Dash Cam Confessionals. And now you know which one of us is hip. It's not me.
No, you're totally hip. Just slipped up on you.
They are good.
Yeah, they are good. All right, stick with us. Here's what's coming your way now at 5 o'clock.